Bam Bam?
Good.
It's good?
Yeah.
Good. What'd you find? Oh. See, now this I can get behind. Some old school Nintendo in the lounge. Show them that controller. See that? That's all a kid should ever have.
I call it grabbing some glass.
That's the greatest thing
That's
ever.
great.
I am so stealing that. That is brilliant, Weston. Okay, how's that feel on the low end of that sucker? Too much? I feel okay.
How does it feel to have people laugh at your jokes? Just curious.
I'm gonna chase that
It's a low
feeling.
bass.
Birds are flying in the sky. Dreams are coming true. A magic place where you can count the stars. Just lay down in the middle of the night. Look up to the sky. This is where we want to be.
You're the 4,
Yeah, here's 4.
6,
Yeah.
bypass. 6. Harshness just went away, and now we have a drum set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels pretty good.
I agree.
Put the 7 on, by the way. Give us a solid groove gun with some fills. We'll let you come listen and we'll check bass. Mono overhead is still a tinge hot.
Okay.
So, tell me what the mono overhead's looking like now. Still hot. Tom Petty asked him to play with him. So he was playing Saturday Night Live with Tom Petty, and Tom Petty did their sound check, and then the stage manager comes up and goes, "The camera angle's all wrong. We need to move Tom 3 feet." And Tom said, "Don't you dare move it. You're going to run it all." And the guy was like, "Yeah, we're moving it." So they moved it, and Tom Petty and them were like, went to finish their sound check, and feedback just went crazy. And, and he was like, "Hey, you, come here.
That's your fault.
That's you." Yeah. So that guy probably got fired that day. Oh, let me mute that. Oh, you can play along with it.
I can break as many hearts as Fanny Porter's girls, but I'll wear that noose like a string of pearls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fat.
Yeah, that's fat.
You can tell by the
I'm just being.
Yep.
Can we play?
Pass the pre. I mean, I'm bypassing
Yeah, fair,
mine.
fair.
So set the pre where you're comfortable. We'll have to watch it and just make sure it doesn't go get a bunch of self noise, but because I had him back the bass. How's that? Feel good?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Let's throw the amp in with it, or let's see what the amp's doing.
Okay.
No, Woody's good. No, no.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just sometimes people don't like that.
No.
Let's hear them both.
I think it's pretty. Probably need some more gas on it. Can you hit some big notes?
Okay, now this is no palm mute.
Okay.
This is big notes.
Just give us a football.
Big
Give
footballs.
us a 145 on footballs. No, not at all. Do we need to?
Well, listen to the discrepancy between the two. So, it's... When he hits the low ones,
Yeah.
I can't do it quick enough with my hand, but it's like
Yeah.
boom.
There is wizardry that goes on here.
Yes.
So much wisdom.
There is.
This one got a little bit of
Swankiness at
Got
it
some
out.
red on the top,
got some hair.
red on the
I
bottom.
like
You guys
it.
made a nice,
Yeah, that feels really good
crunchy
jumping.
folk /
Yep.
country sound. Nicely done, gentlemen.
That is what we're looking
Y'all
for.
boys got the skills. I'll tell you what.
Well, you brought it too, so that's what helps.
And anytime there's hair involved,
That's right.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'm a fan. I'm a
Yes,
fan.
me too. I pulled a crap ton of it out, and it hurt so bad. But I was there, and I had to
had to
do
do it.
it.
You sacrificed. That's major.
You know what that smells like? Commitment.
It is commitment.
It
Yes.
smells like commitment. to
I
me.
also did that one time
Yeah.
in a club that had Christmas lights over the stage.
no.
And I threw my guitar up like this, and I was going to pull it down, and I felt it hang on something. And I pulled it, and all
Brought
of
it
the
down. Brought it all down.
Wow.
club owner wasn't very happy about that.
Oh.
But it is what it is, you know?
So as a listener, I'm always like, oh, that's cool. I wish if I had practiced the bass like I should have, I could maybe do something like that someday.
Right.
So anyway, as far as the way you feel, less is more. That's how I have to play because that's all I
Yeah,
can do.
for sure. Well, and we don't want this to be out of range. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, like
when they come to a live show and they're like, oh. So I just go boom, 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 boom. But so we usually go through that twice, and I think that's when Haley comes in. But on the second time around, you could do that high end lick, boom, bum, bum, ba da da dum. There's something.
oh,
maybe.
I like that.
So
that's
the
a
first
great
one
idea.
goes under, and the other one.
Yeah, some kind of lick in there.
Or some.
Yeah. So on the first time you threw the boom,
Boom, bum, bum.
this morning and said, Jackson, I think
Flare.
I'm not sure I'm cool enough for
a
this.
silk
guys.
bandana is really going to make the bass track today.
I love
I don't know.
I bring it with me every day, hoping that I'll need it.
Yeah.
This is the moment.
You are in West
Yes.
Texas, and
Yeah.
that can happen an awful
It's
lot.
just a little something, a little trick here and there.
All right, Gunnar. There are an additional. She comes in on beat 4 of 1, 2, 3 of the 4th bar after that. So we got a 4-bar intro. We're probably going to delete the acoustic guitar at the top of it and just do bass and drums. So 2 bars you're in with bass. Cool.
2 bars off the absolute top.
2 bars off the absolute top. Yes, sir.
String of pearls, like a string of pearls.
Yes.
I usually, because Weston's playing on his intro,
Yep.
he goes down, 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 down.
Oh, I love that.
Oh. And then I usually kind of do it.
Oh.
And then I let it ring out while he's going.
I love it.
Walk up from the F sharp back to the B.
Dude,
Yeah.
if you want to grab that and show Jonathan what you usually play, and then we can adapt it.
It only does a couple of things well.
That's okay.
So it's not like it's not going to do that. It's not going to do that super
Yeah,
well.
and then going out of the solo,
Okay.
you can walk back down into the
Okay.
chorus or verse, whatever it is. He'll go.
That's the C sharp.
Stop.
He's not still here, is he? I like that better. How's that feel to you?
Can you do me a favor though?
Yeah.
Can you play that section and just drums?
Yes. That's a little funky.
I
Right
agree.
there.
The part's better though.
I like it. part's just more interesting there. I think I need him to hit that one time for me.
Cool.
That is the wrong place, so let's go. You know what? That's just going to be easier for me to have him hit that.
Yeah,
I
faster
should just
too.
have him.
Like,
Yeah.
I think he did that intentionally. Actually, now that I'm listening to it.
I think so too.
But yeah.
But I want to. But he.
Yeah, and that's what he does the whole song.
Right now.
Oh,
Can you hand me my drink?
Yes. Here, do you want that thing?
Nah. Okay, so I want to make sure we're doing the staccato thing on the first parts.
Okay.
On the second half of the verse, we don't. Okay.
You
but in
don't or don't want to.
we don't, and I'll show you where. So as you're
You just need
tuning,
more palm muting everywhere.
yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll get there in a second. Let me go ahead and get Jonathan on this part here. All right. We'll stop there.
Okay.
That's excellent. That's exactly
That's what you
I
wanted?
want. Yep. Change, but it doesn't work with the walk down.
I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking.
Yep.
When we go up to an E.
Yep,
coming
right
down.
here. So I don't have the bass in right now.
Yeah.
What are you playing on the electric right there? What's
I'm,
the intention?
I'm doing a walk down.
So you're walking down starting
Yeah.
on the C sharp?
Yep.
Then that E doesn't work, and I
Doesn't
told
work
you
there.
wrong, and I led you astray.
No, I'm sure I should have thought of that too, man.
And we didn't. Okay, so it is the C sharp. We're potentially going to do a fade here, but we also want to have an ending, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I know in the track, Haley had said that, or in live performance, that you guys a lot of times start with bass
Yeah.
and just drop out at the end and
Yeah.
back down. Possible, okay? So I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but I want to find a thing, like a way for us to end this in a musical fashion that isn't the fade, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, it does.
So what are your thoughts? And you're welcome to grab a guitar.
Yeah. I think
You do not have to ask.
So what are we coming off of?
You're coming off of this, yeah. That's the part you're in.
And that's where we just regularly fade out.
Yeah.
The bass.
Do you guys fade down when you play live? And just
No.
Like a string of pearls.
so it's dum.
It's just one time through. Boom, 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 boom.
But there's that jump in it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to tell the story. So my little girl, Rachel, was in a dance class, and there was another child. The other child was the funny child in this situation. And the teacher is at the end of the thing telling, basically thanking herself for how great a job
She's done.
Yeah.
she's done with our kids. Okay? And she was absolutely that woman, right? And she's up there going, and I'm just so proud of my staff. I was able to get them really, and you're just sitting there going, oh, God.
Yikes.
And the little girl, there's this little girl sitting on the side, and she's going like this to everybody. And she's behind the teacher, and the teacher doesn't see it, and the audience is laughing their heads off. The teacher's like kind of not understanding why the audience is actually kind of laughing and stuff when she's thanking herself for how great the event was. And so it's like, here's all this, and here's the demon child on the side of the stage. Just, oh my gosh, we just love that moment. We would rewind it and watch it over and over again.
Yeah. So we go, like, this is probably our second summer out, and I just now to where I can play through the songs without totally railroading off. I had some songs before in the past where I've ended the song early on accident, shut the whole band off.
Yeah.
Things like that. But
Right after the intro, boom.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where's Jackson?
It was King of the Road, the old song King of the Road?
Yes.
Boom, boom, ba-da-da-da. I just dropped that in the middle of the song once.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
Like out of the first chorus, and Jackson just shuts us down.
all the old people are dancing like, what happened? where I come from.
And Jackson's
This
not a
is
gear
noise.
guy. Not
No,
a gear guy.
no, don't know anything about anything. Just I literally know nothing.
This is so great.
But I get on stage and just
Yes,
fun, right?
absolutely. Yes.
So and our guy we were playing with put up with all this because he loved Weston's playing so much. So he's like, "I'll deal with your brother, so I can have you here." I'm overdoing my thing. Anyway, so we get to this music festival. It's in this old logging town and all
Right,
these
right.
rough, tough guys.
Yeah.
And they bring this band in, and there's this old guy up there playing bass, and he's wearing a glove.
Like
And he's just
a little cotton glove.
Yeah,
it
it
was cold out.
It was a
cold
cotton
out,
glove with
yeah.
some fingers cut off, and he's just up there just.
I love it.
And he's ripping, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, and here I am, I'm like, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
That's me, and then I'm
Yeah.
watching this guy who's just ripping, and somehow I don't know what happened, but after they get done playing, somehow I end up standing here, and this bass guy's here, and the band kind of band, chit chat.
Yeah.
And the old bass guy says, "So who plays bass? Who plays bass?" Jackson's like.
We don't have one of those.
Yeah. We don't have a bass. And I'm just like, no, I don't even know what. And they all look at me and they're like, well, Jax plays bass. And I'm like, yes, me. And he's like, so what kind of bass do you play? And I'm like, it's a Fender. Well, yeah, I saw that when you were playing, but what kind? And I'm like, well, it's funny you should ask because as I'm sitting there and this guy's just waiting for me to spit out precision or jazz,
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know. At the time, I'm like, I don't know. I think give me a bass and I'm playing it. I don't know.
Bass, it's got 4 strings.
And Weston finally, who's 14,
My brother plays the was it precision?
Yeah,
My brother plays the precision bass.
and he's like, oh. So and then, but that's me. So when you guys are like, so hold on, your intro, outro, you did the push. What's the? And I'm like, well, to understand why I did a push, first gotta understand that I know nothing about nothing. So if something was cool, it just happened to
There was
flow out of my bones, So,
Oh, thank you, okay. You have to pause when the music stops. I like that our name is right next to Windex hand
What do you think, sir?
sanitizer and toilet
I think I need you at the very end of this to
Okay.
give me a. Let me kill that click sooner than that.
I take illness, heartache, sadness, even pain. When it comes to loneliness, I'd rather be in. Burst on in to interrupt my pleasant solitude. Where we start to like the silence, that's when you intrude. I told myself I'd never let you.
Won't it?
Yes. Okay, this is longer.
Gundar, how'd that feel to you, Vato?
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
couple little
Yeah,
details.
I gotta hit that stop on the fucking.
I'll just work around you.
Just to lock
We're
it in the
talking
brain.
about the lover brother one, that part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Is there a chart for this? You
Yeah, let me print you one, Gun. Sorry.
There's a shark. Yeah.
need chart.
I don't. I was
I'd
gonna
like to
say, I was like, I don't know if I would call what I gave you guys a chart. Hey. I think you're doing a really good job in there, just like integrating yourself into the whole process and giving good feedback and input and
It's hard to,
musical.
because they're all like, all the terms are like,
I know. I'm like, I think I
Because I
want to
need
just
to-
be a little bit more like, like, and they're like, let's drop the. I don't even. Let's
Oh,
do
the one
the
that-
push on the.
The push.
tag.
That's what he's like. So how'd
You
you come
want
up
me
with
to
this
push the
push?
tag?
Yeah. How'd you come up with this push on the? I'm like, whoa.
Let me tell you.
But I mean, they want you to just dive in. So.
That's good, and they know what you mean. They just have their lingo, but I know. I sit back and I'm like,
But
speaking another language.
it's so easy about, because I assume like studio musicians, you're thinking, you know, they're gonna have their way because they're professionals. They're not gonna want to hear what you have to say about it. But it was totally the
That's
opposite.
what is professional about them, is that they're just here to like they get on board your project and they figure out your sound and your vibe and they like match that.
Yeah, like what was the first song we were doing? Just a little bit ago. Outlaw. Yeah, it ended up we simplified it a bunch because I was like, well, when I play this, it's just kind of a simple, straightforward Western style.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, and they just,
They're just like, I can do that.
just
I can
kind
do
of make it
simple.
all happen. So it's good.
For for your first time in the studio, you just fit right in.
Oh, Jackie.
This is my second time.
Yeah, I was there before that. It's like maybe before.
Yeah.
Oh, we just blew into town yesterday. Blew into town like a Texas tornado. Texas tornado. What did we blow in on? Where have we been traveling, as you may be wondering? In the old motor home. You ready for it? Amusement Park Studio. Lubbock, Texas. I love Lubbock. Lubbock. You get it? You guys, you're going to enjoy this video. You're going to enjoy it a lot because I've been here for an afternoon into the wee hours of this morning, and my mind has already been blown as to this process. The process of recording an album. Okay, you remember a while ago, Haley came down here because she was gonna lay kind of the cornerstones for our album, for the Sightliners, our band. And while she was down here, I had to keep the kids at home, which became a great little piece of content for us, right? Had to. What was it titled? We Gotta Survive a Week Without Mama, something like that. Anyway, and we did well. While we were up calving and dealing with all that, Haley was down here recording and kind of getting all the groundwork. It takes a lot of groundwork to set up an album. And then at the end of that week, they realized, okay, we've got a good chunk of this done. We need about another 6 to 8 days with a few more pieces of the band to finish this album. So we scheduled and made this deal where we're just gonna blast down here. We're gonna post up literally in the parking lot. Got the power hooked up. We're right alongside the studio, and we're just gonna blast it the entire week. We got in on a Sunday, and we're blasting right through until Saturday morning. And we're just gonna hammer, and we're gonna bring you guys something that's great. I cannot wait for you to get the chance to listen to this. See, we've recorded before. We've done some things on a smaller scale where it's, there's a lot of recording. Well, YouTube's a good example. All of my YouTube channel thus far has been filmed with an iPhone. So you can get away with pretty basic and recording equipment, both with YouTube like this, obviously, and in the music world, you can also do that. Now, the sky's the limit as far as how professional you want to make a record. And we've got some songs and some music that we feel like, just to really do it justice, we need to invest the money that it takes to go professional with the recording. So these guys in here, and you're gonna see over the course of this video, the equipment that they have, the technology that they use, has just completely blown my mind. I mean, I kind of knew, generally speaking, what it takes to record, and Haley kind of told me what it was like down here last time she was here. But being inside here and seeing how it works has been just an experience, and it's only been for 12 hours thus far. We're going in. This is the beginning of day number 2. I want you to follow along and enjoy this, because it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I hope that it's something we'll do again later. I'm sure we will. But at this point in our life, it's once in a lifetime.
FYI, I don't want to say this too loud because it could like cause a mutiny, but there is a park exactly 2 blocks that way.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, a
That
little
is-
climbing boulder and a pool and like a
Yes.
full on playground.
You can go like burn energy.
Good.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, Jackson needs to burn some energy.
yeah.
It's getting a little squirrely. Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, so you can pick a shirt, merch,
Oh,
whatever. But
that's so cool.
I have a friend that makes candles.
Yes.
So I had these custom made.
Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, I'm so excited
I don't know
about
how
this.
you want to reveal
Okay,
this.
I don't know how I want to. Okay. Let me do it where
Or
since. Let's see. Oh heck yeah!
Yeah, flip it around. Check out the title.
Oh my.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where I live because I'm a control freak. Oh, girl, this is awesome! This is so awesome.
I figured I'd get you some you'd use, and I
Oh,
was like, okay,
I
use
will
them.
use these, and this is so smart. Do you guys sell these? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do you sell these on the road when you're traveling?
This is. I just had these custom made for you. I haven't.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We yes.
We sure can.
Yes. We used to sell prayer candles. Yeah. When I was on the road, I was like, I don't care what anybody. Like I care what anybody thinks already.
Right.
That's how I
Probably
feel.
already
I'm like,
figured
right,
that out.
right.
Yeah. I sort of had you pegged for that too. You know, like bite me. I don't care. You know. So.
Yep.
Oh, funny. So
Yeah.
what did you guys play on? What genre?
It was rock and roll.
So you were rocking hard.
Yeah. We had a band called 100 Love Sonnets. It was named after a Pablo Neruda poetry book, which is it's pretty hot stuff. And so yeah, we toured for quite a few years with that. Took Rachel across the road, and then several other bands, you know. But it was always rock and roll. It's always loud. That's why I have all these amps.
Dude, I tell you
Sounds
what,
like
my earliest music influences was pure punk rock. I mean,
Really?
Rancid.
I love
Because that
it.
was 90.
Oh yeah,
late
that was
90s.
that was the height of when it had kind of come back, because punk was
From the
70s
old
from the
that,
old stuff,
yeah.
but the spirit of it,
It was like the resurgence.
the spirit of it came back, and not the pop punk.
Yeah, no.
Punk.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like they were true, and
Yeah,
so yeah, Rancid,
No Effects
Social
and-
Distortion, No
Yep,
Effects,
mhm,
Bad
yep.
Religion.
yep.
Because that's what my older brothers listened to, and of course I'd be like Army, you know, following Freddie, kind of a deal.
Yeah, right.
And I was just all in on. I mean,
Yeah.
just send me on my way. You know, they were doing Warp tours back then, and
Yep.
they get all those. I was just too young to go, but my brothers would come back and be like, "Oh man, I got a picture with Lars Fredriksson," you know, and you're just like, "Oh, that would be so cool someday." But then by the time I got into high school, it turned into the pop side of it, American Rejects and all that.
Yeah.
Kind of, which was still
It was still
it was
cool.
still decent, you know,
Yeah.
good music, but it just kind of had changed.
Well, it had become more about fashion.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It had become about, I'm going to wear Argyle with my spikes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like, that was not punk rock.
Yeah, and I remember being so offended when, so we listened to this group, Fountains of Wayne,
Yeah.
and, you know, big time in the 90s and all that. And then they came out, at the very tail end of their career, they came out with Stacy's Mom.
Right.
Remember that song? Stacy's Mom has got it going on. And I remember everyone, they put it on the radio, and everyone, all the kids in school loved it. And I was just indignant with rage. Like, no, I've been listening to them since I was 8 years old. And yeah, this is not even their good song.
Garbage.
There's so
It's
many.
the worst song they've ever written. You know?
That's like Styx.
Oh yeah.
And people know him for Mr. Roboto, and I'm like, no. You're
That's their
missing it.
worst
You're
period.
missing it, yeah.
The worst of Styx. It's not the best of times. No,
Yeah,
that was Paradise Theater.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so with you on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that was my first concert, was Styx, and I was
No,
like a
nice.
sophomore in high school.
You
and it
must
was
be
like a
fun.
bunch of old dudes there. I loved it.
Have I ever told you my first concert?
I think we
Did we talk about
But
this?
I don't remember.
You would never guess my first concert, nor would you.
No, I'm
Is it
not.
like-
That's why I'm being quiet.
Like Gordon Lightfoot or something?
No, my dad was reading the book How to Talk to Your Teenager.
Okay.
And, find an interest, and then maybe,
Yeah.
if they like sports, take them to an event. If they like music, take them to an event. And Molly Hatchet, I was living at the Air Force Academy, and Molly Hatchet was coming to town. And I didn't know anything about Molly Hatchet, but they had bloody axes and naked chicks on the cover. What's not to like for a boy? So I wanted to go see Molly Hatchet. So my dad was like, he saw one of the album covers, was like, So he got me tickets to Air Supply. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
You're like, Dad, are we bonding or are you driving me away?
My first concert was Air Supply with Don McLean opening. So I got to hear, American Pie sung by the man. That was pretty dope.
Cool.
And then Air Supply had these, they had this big white scrim behind them. And they had these lights that would shoot balloons. And they had hot air balloons floating.
Cute.
Wow.
Dad, there's no bloody axes. Where are the girls? I didn't say that, but I was like...
Did you ever go to Molly Hatchet?
I never got to go to Molly Hatchet. Yeah, I never saw Molly Hatchet.
Oh, sometimes those
Yeah.
opportunities just fly by.
I know. It flew by. But, God love him. He was trying.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, my first concert was Air Supply. That's it. So, when my daughter came of age, I was determined to not make the same mistake. So the first concert that my daughter saw that her mother and father did not perform in, because she'd been on the road for, 7 years already as a child, right?
Yeah.
Was Robert Plant and Alison Krauss at Red Rock.
We did
Oh,
talk
really?
about this. I'm so jealous.
man.
The Bible says to raise a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. So I took that pretty seriously. So-
I was checking their tour schedule for this summer, and I was like, please come close. They're not anywhere close.
Bummer. If you get a chance, go.
Hit it up.
It's earth shattering. Yeah, and I've seen Plant probably 6 times, and there's just some people just have this cult of personality thing where like you're glued to them.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
him.
love that blend because I'm like, this is like everything I love in music. We got like the classic rock and we got the bluegrass, and they're like intertwined in this like. It's just such a perfect confluence.
It really is.
It takes a level of musicianship
Yes.
to be able to make that blend work.
Mhm.
That is very, very impressive.
The bearding thing.
I have so. Anytime I'm
This
around.
is the stuff.
Anytime I'm
Is
around
this the leave-in conditioner stuff?
the bearded brother and
Argan oil.
I have to share this because it is.
Is it how it is it the thing?
It's the gospel.
It is the
for
gospel.
facial
Do
hair.
teach
I
us
love
the
argan
gospel.
oil. So you guys that are a little lightlier bearded, a smaller dollop.
Okay, I will take a slight dollop here. Oh, let's get a little more than that.
Yo.
Okay, more than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
About this.
And there's a
You
little
probably
already.
double up
but
that. You
something
want one
in
about
there.
like mine, Dan?
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Perfect.
Now, guys,
I'm
this.
committed.
Look at this guy who's
Haley,
not
you want
afraid.
some? For your
I
beer?
already put mine on.
I call it.
Oh, your
I
beer,
call
okay.
it trucker's magic
Right, so
Okay.
we-
because I just stick it in, just give her the old rub.
Okay.
We'll rub and a little chat with you.
This is Trucker's Magic
This is secrets
at the
of
amusement
road.
park studio. Secrets from the road.
So then you just work it in nice.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
this feels
it has
great.
nothing
Oh my
to do with your
lord, it's
skin.
like a summer dream.
It's just pure for the hair,
Oh, wow.
and it smells like
It does.
Anything that is pure for the hair.
smells like wonder. Anytime I get a chance with bearded guys, I gotta share this.
That
because-
actually smells fabulous.
Smells
Okay,
fantastic.
I am.
And here's the big problem with beard products, right? You go and you get something that's like, hey, for $35 you can have
It's this big.
this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you have a beard, it's like, okay, it was a single-use packet.
Yeah, right.
So
Wonderful.
got this stuff. It's like $10 for the whole.
Oh, heck yes.
Thing.
Okay,
It's
so.
actually $6.
$6 and it
Oh,
lasts
$6.
forever.
No free shout outs, but also.
And you will just love your
Okay,
life.
so
It's
here's.
just gonna be $10 on our website when we start selling it.
This is fabulous.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Because
thank
I
you.
actually
That's incredible,
yeah.
man.
just have started going down that rabbit hole.
Hey, man.
And I ordered one of the single use for you.
Yeah,
it
I
has more than one single use for me. And went, wow, that scent's really like strong, and I can't.
It's little too much.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I just witnessed like a tribal pre-war
A man
ritual,
thing.
like
That
in
was
the
that was a man.
It was.
tent.
It was kind of this.
There's a man bonding, and
I wouldn't have been here if the
you can
video
practically
didn't
smell the
happen.
testosterone.
Yeah.
See, and last night I flicked my
Smells
beard
like
for
Fruit
Chris.
Loops.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Oh man, you're flexing on me. Come on."
So good.
And so I felt a little bad. And so I was like, I'm gonna have to introduce the Trucker's Magic to everybody.
You have no idea how all over this I am.
For the rap party for this album, I need to see a Viking braid. If you could.
Oh, maybe
If
we'll
you could pull one of those out and go Norse, that would be.
get a.
So do your young ladies ever decorate your hair and your beard?
They actually haven't quite got into it yet. I have this thing.
Bama likes to like.
I don't know what it is. Something about all this.
Yeah.
Like 50-plus-year-old women just really are drawn.
Really?
to
Or
it.
yeah, they're into
So
that.
I've had some like older women.
Yeah.
Like from church and stuff. Are like, oh, can I just braid your beard real quick? And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, just right in the middle of the lobby at church.
Like,
So,
okay.
can I just?
so
I'm
you
back
just
there, like,
you just kind of took the chin out.
Hang on a second.
So one thing
There's
I
a
don't
line
know.
we can cross here, but
I don't know
what
if
this
in
line
Montana
is.
you have a high Hispanic population,
Not much.
but there is a Hispanic superstition that if you say you like something, you have to touch it. If you
Oh,
don't touch
never
it, you've cursed it.
Ah.
So if they say, "Hey, I like your hair,"
That's part of what it is.
Funny?
they'll reach up and touch your hair.
It's like I never knew the superstition,
That's
but
what
it
it
is
is.
an urge. It's like I love that shirt. I want to touch it. I love your hair. I want to touch it.
Yeah, seriously. So I mean, it's a thing. Like they actually are like, "Oh no, I like his
now I
hair," and I
liked it.
said that. He's cursed.
Yeah, it's like
Ah.
knocking
Like
on the head.
Yeah,
so
okay.
if you're ever in Texas and a Hispanic woman says, "I like your beard,"
Just-
you could just
go.
expect it.
Offer it.
Yeah.
It's not a come on. It's none of that. It's just that you're gonna get hit by a bus
If I don't.
if you don't. You know, and it's the sweetest thing. You know what I mean? So it's just a superstition. And,
Well, I'll remember to offer that a little more freely.
yeah.
And I think too, it's
Share it like you share your man beard secrets.
yeah, right. And girls don't like hair. I'm talking the girls 20 to 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Girls, women like women.
Yes.
They love hair.
women.
See?
Women.
There you
Like
go.
this.
Look at that.
Like-
Only one that matters.
And I've told Haley before. I'm like, I'm gonna maybe I should trim because I get some split ends. I'm gonna trim it way back this summer. And she's like, yeah, you be sleeping out in the motorhome. I'm like,
You're gonna be that nice?
Yeah.
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 Be a barn.
Yeah.
You know?
So the hair, the beard, yeah, it's all in good company.
With no AC.
Yeah.
Just to kind of help guide you along in this process because I want you to learn as much about this as I'm getting to learn about this. And one of the things that you're going to notice as you watch through this process is that I'm not playing any instruments. I'm not playing any bass. Bass is my instrument in the band, but I'm not playing bass. CJ, our drummer back up home in Montana, is not down here playing drums. What we're doing instead, we made the choice to hire studio musicians to play bass and play drums. And here's why. Our show season for us in the Sightliners pretty much ended like in September was kind of our last big show. We've played a couple little things throughout the winter, but nothing consistent and serious. To be honest and frank with you, my bass playing is rusty. It's like anything when you haven't done it for months and you pick it up for the first time, you're not on your A game by any means. So here in the studio, we're on the clock. I mean, everyone's on a tight schedule. They've got lots of things to get done, and we have a very limited amount of time to do it. So rather than me bringing my bass down here and, kind of getting through it and taking a day or two to get back in the groove, we just don't have that time. So just hired Jonathan, who you'll see in here, to play bass, and he's great. He'll kind of ask, well, what's the feel? What's the flow of this song? What's kind of the vibe when you're playing it? We'll go back and spend a few minutes watching some of our live show recordings so they can see, okay, this is this song on stage. This is kind of the feel of it. And he does a great job of incorporating that feel into his playing, and then he plays it. And, I thought with studio musicians, because we'd made the plan to do this a long time ago and hire these guys, and I thought, I wonder if they're just, because they're pros, they're like on a whole different plane than we are instrumentally. So I thought, man, I wonder if you come in and they're just kind of like
kind of the hot rods, and all right, we're the pros, here we are, we're blasting out these tracks for you, and then hitting the road, going to the next deal. They're not that way at all. Like, they're so respectful, and their whole desire is just to provide what you want. And I mean, it makes sense, because you're like, yeah, they're like, we're their customer and they want to please us. But I just didn't think of it that way ever. I was always going, this is going to be intimidating, and I bet they're kind of like, we're professionals. Couldn't have been more the opposite. Jonathan on the bass, and then Gunnar on the drums. Just really down to earth, good folks. But you're going to see that. So if you're wondering, why are you not playing your instruments? That's why. They're better, and our time is so short. I just can't afford to take the time to fart around and go back and retake and re-record all of my little flubs that I would undoubtedly have, being so rusty from so many months off. So that'll be that. And another tidbit for you. Most bands that you see, like if a show comes to town, you go watch a concert, the people playing in the band at the concert, more often than not, are actually not the people playing on the record you might download or the CD that you might buy. That's just kind of how it is when you're in the studio. These studio musicians they're very efficient and quick, and they know the deal. They know their way around the studio, and they speak the language of the maestro Scott, and so they just they're quicker. So, and it's all about time, just like anything. Bing bang boom, right, Mama?